30 under 30 winning candidate from the National Association of REALTORS is sitting here today with us, Darrin DeSilva. Thank you for coming today.
Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here with you guys. I really am.
Us too, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, we're
That's
very
an awesome
excited.
job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
It is such a huge accomplishment. We're very excited for you.
Thank you.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what that award means and also about your journey to get there?
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys got time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're here.
Yeah. So the 30 under 30 award, when I first saw it, it was like, I'm 28 years old. I got 1 year to get this thing. So last year, I was really motivated to just do everything I could to produce. But the thing about the 30 under 30 award, it's not for just your production.
Yeah.
It's a lot of other things involved. And what they do every year, since I believe 2000 was when they first did it, is they pick 30 candidates, 30 finalists under 30 years old that are showing how they're different in real estate. They're showing that they can produce. Production is a part of it. They're looking for what they do with the community. Their story, their background, just kind of everything in general. So that's kind of a little bit about the award. And then obviously the title is pretty sick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I can have it on my email signature now.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. You can't take it away.
Right,
It's like a championship ring. I don't care if it's 99.
Right.
I still got it.
Yeah.
I'm still champ.
I'll be 55 years old saying I'm 30 under 30.
Yeah.
No, you're going to have to get 40 under 40 and 50 under 50 so that your signature says 30 under 30, whatever,
Right.
on and on. Like
each
every
decade,
year
yeah.
you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not stopping.
Not a bad idea, NAR. We need to get our rights on that,
They do
please.
have 40 under 40.
What? Well, I don't have 50 under 50. 60 under 60. Let's go. Let's make this happen.
Right.
And so that's proving yourself as that kind of agent to stand out that way. I know that's not easy work, and there's a lot of dedication and heart that goes into it. So how long have you been in real estate, and what would you say like your progression leading up to standing out that much came from?
Yeah, so I started real estate January 1st, 2020. I quit my full-time job, and I burned the boats, as Tony Robbins would say.
Yeah.
And because I knew that if I still held a job, I wouldn't be fully committed. And I knew that real estate is the type of career, at least for me and my personality, I knew that I had to pick one. So I saved up a little bit of cash. I was smart about it, and I just went for it. I sold cars for about 5 years. Actually here at Bill Brandt Ford too for about a year in Brentwood and then over in Tracy. And that's kind of what got me into the sales industry. Before that, what really started my sales career was I sold Kirby vacuums door to door. And that was fun. That was like sales boot camp.
You know what? It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and I mean, if
The
you
go-getter of you, you've heard no many times.
Yeah.
A no to you is like, oh, I'm closer to a yes.
Right. Exactly.
Right? You're like,
exactly.
oh, no, yes. And I'm like, no, you want no's, agents. No's are good. It means there's a yes around the corner.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
So
I need 50 no's to get that one yes,
Yes.
so.
For all your new agents out there, I want you to understand exactly what he just said. 50 no's for one yes. Okay? Don't let the no's tear you down. Awesome job.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You got it.
Yeah. It's all learned for me. I try to follow the people that have what I want and are at the levels that I want to be and I aspire to be. And I just copy what they do. It's like we all, study, what is it? Replicate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rip off and duplicate.
Rip off and duplicate.
Yeah, R&D,
exactly.
baby.
Exactly. So that's it.
Why reinvent the wheel?
Exactly. Why
Just
reinvent
make it a
the
little
wheel?
better, put your spin on it.
Exactly. Exactly. So I mean, that's pretty much what I've done, and real estate for me it's a lifestyle. That's what I feel like it has to be in order for you to be able to deal with the calls at 9:30 at night and early mornings and crazy fires you got to put out and just everything that comes with it. I feel like you have to, in order to have a happy life along with that, like it just has to become a part of who you are.
Yeah, and you really have to truly believe in it, that it is the best thing you're doing for your clients and building their wealth when you have to deal with all their stress.
Yeah. Exactly.
You deal with them on their worst days.
Yeah.
You never see anyone more stressed out than when you're doing real estate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's stressful, right? I mean, there's no question about it. And I think one of the things you said earlier that was really, really important is like you made the choice. You knew you couldn't do both jobs. You knew mentally if I wanted to be the best version of myself in real estate, then I had to make a choice.
Absolutely.
Right? So you knew diving in, there was no other way but success, right? That's the reality that you kind of said, okay, before I get into this industry, I'm not going to tip my toe in. And honestly, this has a lot to do with agents and buyers too. We tell buyers all the time, like, listen, this is not the market to tip your toe in.
Yeah.
Right? You got to dive into the pool and go, baby, because you got to go compete. If you don't want to compete, this ain't it, man. This ain't it. If you're not like, hey, look, I got to make the free throw at the free throw line to win the game, you don't want that type of pressure, this is not your market.
Right.
It is what it is,
Exactly.
right? So very similar. So awesome job in understanding that ahead of time, because I know there's a lot of part-time agents in the industry, and some of them are really, really good, but this market changes all the time. And you knew up front, if I want to be a professional and be the best of my skill, that I had to do this. So that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Congrats.
Yeah, and that was 3 months before, COVID started
shut
too.
down.
So, but I was still gung-ho.
Yeah.
I mean, it just didn't matter. And for me, it was just all about mindset. I believed no matter what, and I told myself every day, I'm going to make this happen. And it took me 3 months to close my first deal, but I genuinely feel like if I didn't have that belief, that I wouldn't have found success
Yeah, I think
so
it
quickly.
normally takes people on average 6 months. Those are normally the go-getters. It's like a 6-month kind of mark.
Yeah.
So that was the beginning of 2020. So what did you do to build your business, or even that first deal? And then how have you, where's your biggest lead source, or what would you say has led to your success?
Well, I would say my database and my sphere of influence has really helped me, the first year, second year. And then coming into this year, a lot of it's referrals, past clients. I do a lot of cold calling now because for me, I don't want to rely on passive things. I don't want to rely on, Aunt Betty to refer me her
somebody.
friend. I want to go out and get it, whether it's calling my sphere of influence quarterly, whether it's calling expired listings, canceled, absentee owners, all these lead sources, right? We talked about the no.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, having that fear of making those calls, I knew I needed to conquer. It was more of an internal battle. One thing you actually talked about the other day on one of your videos was that, comparing ourselves to everyone else out there, but really the competition is on the inside.
It's always yourself.
Exactly, and for me, I knew that was the internal battle I needed to conquer, was making those calls at first. And once I did, now it's just, what do I say? How do I talk to these people to show them that I'm coming from a place of trying to serve and help them, right? Even though to them I'm some random guy on the phone, but how can I show them that where I'm coming from, I'm trying to help, and that's the struggle I deal with now. But that's what I'm doing today actively. Yeah,
That's awesome. And the good thing about what you said is that, and shout out to Shelby, because this is one of his lines that he's been saying for a long time. A good buddy of mine. The success you're looking for is on the other side of the stuff you don't want to do. Cold calling you have to do to get to the success level you want to get to.
Exactly.
Because you need to know exactly when your next deal is coming from.
Right.
And there's a certain amount of calls, a certain amount of conversations.
Exactly.
It's got to be predictable, right? As much as a referral-based business is amazing, and honestly, most of our business is that way, right? But how do you get your 2-3 pillars to be precise?
Exactly.
I know if I do A, B, C, then I know I'm going to make this amount of money, because that's scalable, right? A referral's not, right? We could say, hey, I got 100 referrals this year. You might get 50 the next.
Exactly.
You might get 20. You might get none. There's no guarantee it's going to happen, right? So it's
Right.
super important to understand that at the end of the day, what you want is usually on the other side of what you're not really willing to do.
I love
or willing
that.
to do, because
Boom.
that's the reality of work, right? And success is that's how I get it.
Exactly.
So I appreciate that. Ready to
Yeah.
be upfront and honest about it, because agents, make your
And
calls.
good job beating yourself.
Yeah.
That's all that really
Yeah.
matters. Every year, I'm as long as I beat myself from last year.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's where I'm at.
She just beat
now.
herself in well, not yourself, but you did a lot in one deal. So
Yeah.
this year, impossible not to beat the last
This
year.
is the busiest first quarter I've ever had.
She's
in real
crushed
estate.
it.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, dude. she's
Normally, my first
crushing
quarter
it.
is kind of
Yeah.
slow, and this year just went straight in. So,
Love that.
yeah.
Just keep riding the wave.
And then
yeah.
she takes a vacation. And she's like, I just got 5 new clients. I'm like, it works like that every time.
Right. That's why I have to take vacations
I tell
consistently.
and they go, Chris, you're always on vacation. I go, that's where my business comes from. It's one of my funnels of predictivity. I know, I know if I go on vacation, I'm going to get 2 or 3
A
new deals.
predictable business means scheduling vacations once a month.
Yeah, and then I guarantee I get 2 or 3 new clients, and then I go again. 2 or
Right.
3 clients. It's perfect.
It wasn't just 5 new clients. It was 5 new clients who already had the house they wanted. I mean, we didn't.
How could it get better than that?
It didn't like work out like that. Boom, boom, boom. Because 2 of them weren't pre-approved. I'm like, okay, well, you need a refund. Anyway, you know the drill.
Yeah.
But the
anyway.
reality of it is, it's so funny. It's predictable. Go on vacation, your phone will blow up.
Exactly.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, every time. Every single time. Even if you do everything to like prepare, it's almost like it gets even worse. Yeah.
I know.
I love it though.
Yeah.
That's one of the best things.
Yeah,
You're on vacation,
super
you're just
blessed.
like, just like, yeah, I just spent a lot of money. Yeah, somebody wants me to help them. Great.
Right.
Works for me, works for you. Let's do it.
So sales, you had the sales path leading up to real estate, but was there anyone or anything that influenced you to make the switch to real estate? Did you like see something and you're like, that's what I have to be doing instead?
Well, for me, I was doing really well in the car business, you know, selling 25 to 30 cars a month. And, my income, it just seemed like the only way to increase it would be to, you know, get a bunk there.
A bigger product.
Yeah,
live there. Yeah. So, and I was already coming on my days off, working 6 days a week, 10-hour days, you know, just running around, having four people, one on a test drive, one in finance, one, you know, and so it was almost overwhelming. So for me, I felt like, you know, how can I take the same effort that I'm putting into someone else's business? How can I put it into something that will generate me more? And I looked at real estate as that path to allow me to one, work for myself and have the flexibility of time. And when I say flexibility, I mean not like I'll have more time to do things, more of I can, you know, put things where I want. I can move my schedule around.
You can move your schedule around to make it work.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, because I will probably work more.
I was going to say.
Yeah, way more than I ever did in the car business. But again, it's lifestyle.
Yeah.
So.
But you also can work from home.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Like sometimes you have admin work. You don't have to be at a car lot.
Or from vacation.
Or from vacation.
Exactly.
Which agents, please don't work on vacation if you can. Try to have some support system back at home, please, because take the vacation. You need it. We're in a stressful industry.
Just a disclaimer.
Just a full disclaimer here.
Full disclaimer.
Starting out, you're working vacation.
You're working vacation.
Now
for sure.
we go on vacation and we hand each other all of our deals, and we're like, we truly force each other to check out. But in the beginning, oh yeah.
No, she goes, Chris, you're taking care of
get
all
out of
my
the ocean.
clients. Here's a long list of them. Here's all the problems. I'm like, oh, awesome. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's all
I
good.
get out of the ocean in Maui to go sign a listing agreement or write an offer. Like, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But now, we're good.
We're
good at
good.
checking.
That's why it's good having a team and good people that support you. So, you know, when you go and you can reciprocate when they go.
Yeah.
You know?
You can't be burnt out, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you have to be able to recharge. And if you don't recharge, guess what? You're never going to be your best version of yourself. And so at the end of the day, please recharge, get out. Like Michael, it's a funny quick story about recharging and vacations. Like he has a very hard time clocking out. Like I literally was like, listen, you better take your phone when you get to Maui and you better throw it in the ocean.
Real quick, how many deals did Michael do last year?
Like 85, 85, something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he doesn't stop working.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't understand what it is at all. So we literally have to we're slowly getting them, but it's like, no, you're going to Fiji with your wife. You do not need your phone. And so he's getting there, and it's nice to see it because he's like, oh, that was amazing. I had like a day and a half. I didn't do anything. Take 5 days. Like, enjoy it. So it's good. You have to do that, man. You have to recharge no matter how much you grind and work. If you don't give yourself that recharge, you're just going to burn out, and you'll never get your highest level of success. It'll never happen.
Well, I'll tell someone who's a little bit better at it, but Nick Smith is one of our top agents, and he had been in the business for 10 years before coming to work with us. And we kind of told him how we do this for vacations, and he was going on a family vacation, and we said, like, split up your deals, give them to us, we'll do them for you. And he came back and said, like, thank you, that's the first real vacation I've ever had.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then
he 10 years.
And then he did it again.
Yeah. Oh no, he signed up for a few of them. I feel like
okay.
He's like, oh, this is great, babe. Listen, I'll go on vacation. Deals will come in, and I don't have to work on vacation. She's like,
win-win.
Keep booking, and we'll go to Vegas.
Yeah.
All good.
Keep them coming.
Hey, listen, at the end of the day, just take care of everyone, right?
Yeah.
Everyone needs a time off. You take care of people, they take care of you in return.
Exactly.
That's just the reality of business. So.
Exactly.
So what are your goals for the next 6 to 12 months in real estate, personally, just all around life? It's a lifestyle, like you said.
Yeah, well, this year my goal is to do 50 deals. And that's
a good one. That's a good number.
Yeah, you know, I feel like that's achievable. That's kind of doubling what I did last year. And you know, like we talked about, just kind of increasing each year. I have a lot more tools. I have a team now. So I want to grow my team. I got 3 agents. So I'm also learning myself on how to be a team leader.
Yeah.
You know, and at times I'm like, you guys sure you want to follow me? Like, you know, sometimes I feel that way, but I feel like all I have is my experience, and that's how I can teach people. You know, it's not like I'm gonna point people in the direction where towards things that I don't have any experience in. You know, and if I don't have experience in somewhere, I'm gonna tell them, hey, maybe you should talk to this person. They could probably guide you better. So those are the things I'm learning this year, and my goals, to answer your question, are 50 deals and just continuing to grow my team.
Nice.
So
Good.
That's
Good.
exciting.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that at all. And that's a whole new learning curve in its own, right? You know, being a leader, managing other people now, you know, plus personal production. So it's scheduling that calendar is very, very important, right? Because, you know, make sure you pick the right agents to work with too, right? The ones that have A, potential, B, you know, some agents take a little bit more time than others, right, too. So it's very important, man. There's a lot of things you're going to learn this year with that for sure, which is good.
Yeah.
It's good
It's
learning.
exciting, yeah, and I think that they help me just as much as they feel like I help them too, you know, because
Totally.
it makes me have to relearn the fundamentals and my foundation and remember how important it is, because I feel like I can not do the things that are simple or that, you know, are foundational items, because I'm like, oh, I know that, you know, I don't need to focus on that. But really, I have to continue to remember that those things matter just as much, so I keep my foundation strong.
Yeah, like leading, like, you know, like you said, making your calls, right? You're asking your team
Exactly.
members to make calls, and you're not making calls. Like, well, you're not making your calls.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work that way, right? So the cool thing about managing people and leading people is, you know, you're on you know, people looking at you, magnifying glass, right? Like, whatever you do, they are going to do. Whatever you allow yourself to do, they're going to follow, right? So you got to stay on your P's and Q's and make sure that you do a really good job. And it keeps it's like iron sharpen iron in some aspects, right? Like, it keeps you sharp, where, you know, if I let off the gas, they're going to let off the gas, right? So you just got to keep it going. So it's good, man.
Exactly.
It's a lot to learn. It's good, though. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and I got them like doing calls now, because I whipped out my laptop. I'm like, you guys want to see how it works? And they're just like watching me do it, like, oh, you know, hearing me get no after no after no, and they're like, you know. But now they're starting to do it. One even got an appointment, you know. So it's really, and it's rewarding for me, like seeing that like I'm a part of that, and it's really fulfilling for me to be able to help new agents.
Yeah, it is.
And not only that, but just see them grow and see the direct correlation of some of the things you help them with matter, you know. So I don't know. It gives me some form of fulfillment.
I was going to say fulfillment, happiness.
You know,
it sounds
happiness.
like.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, it's like a plant, right? You put some water on it and it grows, right? And you can see kind of all your hard work kind of pay off.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
No, it's good, man. That's awesome. I love that. I love that actually a lot, man, because that really comes down to what this industry is all about. Somebody tapped you on the shoulder at some point, right, to help you out, right?
Absolutely.
And you're just passing that down to the next generation, right, at the end of the day, right? And so it's super important to just, what you learn, give, you know?
Yeah. There's a saying that I go by, and it's, in order to keep what you have to give it away.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm a firm believer in that, 100%. You know, I mean, that's really kind of how I even came to really be in real estate, or just have a job in general. You know, for me, before real estate, you know, I had just like all of us, we have our past and we have our, you know, crazy lives. And, you know, before Kirby Vacuums was my first job after being homeless. I was 23 years old, and you know, I lost everything, man. I lost everything. My dad passed away from cirrhosis of the liver. He's a bad alcoholic. And it just sent me into a deep, dark place, you know, till I ended up in Tracy, and my car got towed away, and I got a title loan on, you know, couldn't pay it back, and that's how I ended up in Tracy, by the way, is, you know, I got stuck there, and I never left.
I don't mean to laugh at it, Rob, but
no, you can laugh as much. Trust me, I laugh about it all the time.
How to get stuck? It says, well, the car got me there, but it left, and I got stuck there. Oh man, wait, hey.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So then I got stuck at Motel 6. Ended up getting kicked out of there, and then I was, you know, officially just homeless. I had no job, no want to get a job. I was just lazy. 23 years old, and I thought my life was over, You know, I thought I pissed my life away. I slept in a cardboard box behind CVS, you know, for a few weeks until I'd upgraded to the side of the freeway, and I found this little igloo of trash bags that some other homeless people had made, and I stayed there and held the sign on the corner. That's kind of where my life took me. Bad decisions. Bad decisions took me there. You know, for me, I could point fingers at, you know, the reason why and this and that, but that's what I did my whole life.
Yeah.
And until I started pointing the finger at me, you know, that's when my life finally changed, and that's what happened. One day after holding the sign on the corner, doing my 5-6 hour shift, you know, holding, this guy came up and he you know, just started talking to me. Just gave me some time and started talking to me, and then he told me, hey, you know, I can help get you into a place, and that's kind of where my journey started, is right there, and that man just reaching out to me, and from that point, you know, I was on a more straight and narrow path, and my first job was Kirby Vacuums. Started there. Sold, like, I want to say 12 or 13 vacuums. You know, they want you to ask like $3,500 for these freaking things.
Oh yeah, no, they're expensive. They're not cheap.
But they're badass. Like, if you got, I'll go and do a full blown Kirby thing right now. Like, I still see the value of them. But I mean, you know, I was washing people's windows with the vacuum. I was washing people's cars. I mean,
I'm gonna show you. This thing does anything you wanted to do.
Everything, yeah. Plus, I was like 260 pounds at the time. So when I was, if you've ever had a Kirby person in your house or seen it, you know, they have you pull the pads out.
Yeah.
And show how much dirt is in your house. And you'd have, you know, little circle pads with a bunch of dirt on it. And I'm firing about 50 to 100 of them all over, you know. And I'm sweating because I'm 260 pounds. I'm sweating all over their carpet. So I think they just bought it just because they felt bad. You know,
like, this guy's putting it in work.
Right, he's putting it in work.
Just buy the thing, babe. Just buy it. It's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what started, you know, my journey into where I'm at now. I wasn't blessed. I'm not like one of those, oh, I'm driven. I don't wake up in the morning like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill it today. Like all these things for me had to be beaten through pain, and I had to go through pain in order to want to change. Because my whole life I just wanted to find the easier, softer way. And that was kind of the shift that happened in my mind to have the mentality I have today, where I feel like I am a go-getter. I work hard. I look inward. You know, if there's something that's not going right in my life, it's not because of everything else. It's, hey, what can I do to change it? What can I do to be better? Who can I surround myself with who has been through this crap before, that's gotten through it, and what have they done? Why don't I go talk to them and see how they made it through? You know, so those are the kind of the things that I go through today. I have 2 real estate coaches, you know. I have personal trainer. I have so much accountability today because I need it, you know.
We all need it.
Exactly.
We all need it.
Exactly.
And I think that's, and I hate to cut you off, but I wanted to say something to you there. You know what you needed. You needed support, love, and accountability. And you need to look at yourself in the mirror. And everybody, I think we've all I've been in the exact same shoes that you're saying, where it's their fault. This is, no, it's my fault. Right. And so,
you have no idea. There's so many people. I'm going to directly send the link to this podcast episode to be like, point at yourself
first.
Yeah.
Here's a great example. So it's awesome that you are able to reflect on that experience and share it, and you are giving back. Like you said, someone helped you and now you're passing it along, and that's awesome. Yeah. And so many of us do need to look in the mirror, even at the next level. Even now you're doing great. You're successful, but there's going to be another you that you have to point at to get to the next
Well, even
one.
more so now. I feel like, because especially when you have people patting you on the back, good job, yeah, great. That's when I know I'm in the wrong room.
Yeah.
I need to go in the room of people that are like, hey, good job, what's next?
So you're not at 50
you
yet
know?
this year. Why?
Yeah.
How come?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which is why where I met you guys.
Yeah.
That's why I invest in things like that, to be surrounded by people that are just on another planet than where I am. who ask me questions like that. You know, that's why I have coaches, because I don't need a pat on the back. Yeah, it's nice, right? But okay, let's do that. What's next? And that's what I know I need. Yeah. You know, because I don't need my ego fed. It's obviously it's nice, but I know where that gets me. Because I've been through it before.
You need somebody, like, you know your potential's way higher than where you're at, and you need someone to help push you to get you there.
Exactly.
And you know that if somebody lets off the gas with you, you're never going to get there.
Exactly. Because I can't, I can't get it. I can't be there on my own. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that 100%. This is not, for me, success and achieving our dreams is not, I mean, I've heard some people say it's a lonely road, but for me, like, I need people around me to help motivate me and surround. Like, I can't do it on my own. I know that. I've tried it, and look, and it ended me in a cardboard box.
Yeah, no, for sure, man.
You know, so
you nailed it. And there's no INT, man. You know, that's the reality of it. And you realize the more people around you that are pushing you and guiding you and getting you to that next level, because we all will celebrate wins along the way, right? There's nothing wrong with celebrating wins.
Like, you do deserve a pat on the back.
Hey, celebrate those wins, but just know there's always another level.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, and I'll talk about it again. She's going to yell at me a little bit for this.
I'm not gonna yell at you.
Just kidding. But I like I have a therapist. Like, I agree with you 100%. Like, I have accountability coaches. We have mentors that we talk to. And I have a therapist. People are like, well, you're really upfront about it. I'm like, yeah, life's stressful. You know, I like to talk to somebody every Tuesday. And the funny thing about it, I think life's perfectly fine on the first 5 minutes of the call. And then I go, oh, you know what? Well, I do want to talk about this one thing. And at the end of the call, you're like, oh, that was amazing, right? Because you just need those people, right?
Yeah.
And she has no idea who I am. Right, but it's just somebody I can talk to. Somebody help me get me to that next level, right, and help me build my relationship back with my dad, right, which is also going to make me a more successful person, right. So at the end of the day, it's just super important to have coaches and mentors. And if you don't have coaches and mentors helping you, then it's very hard to get your full potential.
Exactly.
Right, because everybody needs accountability.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Same with me. I have coaches, therapists, life coaches.
Yeah,
like, you name it.
everything.
I'm also a reader, so I have read so many books, and anytime I'm having a conversation with anyone, I can't tell you how many times I've shared an audiobook when I'm done with the conversation that I think would benefit someone. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good go-to, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Learn it, master it, teach it. I mean, that's it.
But you also saw what you did in those two years. So if you could do that in 2 years, that your potential is insane. So I don't blame you for
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
I don't blame you for
yeah.
wanting more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a lot to do.
For
in 2
me,
years.
it's more of, and I'm sure you guys can relate. Yeah. It's more of, yeah, I know what I'm capable of, but it's not, because when you achieve a goal, it's almost like, great. Like we were just talking about this before. It's like, great, I achieved the goal. Now what? But it's almost like that journey in between. That's where I got the fulfillment of those times where I pushed through, those times where I told myself, no, dude, just quit, man. You made enough calls today, dude. Just, you went to the gym for an hour. You don't need to go again. You went 4 times this week. I know you told yourself you're going to go 5, but you don't need to.
4's okay.
4's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that little voice.
Nobody's paying attention to me.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Nobody knows, but I know.
Yes.
I know. And that's when I have to be honest with myself. And at the end of the day, that's where I get that fulfillment, is when I stick to the commitments I told myself internally. So that's what I know.
I'm going to have to be asking you for some audiobook recommendations.
I'm reading Atomic Habits right now.
Atomic Habits, good book.
Nice.
Yeah.
I should read that again for sure.
Question for you. Just, 50 deals this year is your goal. Where are you at right now with pending and closed?
Yeah, so the beginning of the year was definitely
A little slower.
Definitely a little slower.
Yeah.
So I didn't really start off to a good
All good.
start, but so far we're at 7.
Okay.
I got a couple listings signed.
Okay.
Couple things in the
Yeah.
works. So, we're moving.
Moving.
We're
That's a good
moving.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's okay.
Yeah.
Especially with the rates increasing. I mean, 7's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but for me, again, that's why I have implemented this in my business with the predictability, because what I did last year was really all referral, sphere, that stuff. And I knew if I was going to get to the 50 level, I need to add something else.
More pillars, more funnels.
More pillars, more funnels, and something more predictable too. And not only that, but the sales, the skills that I learned just by making these calls every day and talking to people, the power in that when I do go to a listing presentation or I do go anywhere in general, when I'm talking with people, what I say is more fluent. I talk more confident. I know how to handle objections. I know what to say because I've been practicing with 50 different people 5 times a week with conversations. And so when people tell me, or get with aggressive objections or objections that most people would be like, oh, what do I say? Yeah. I'm able to be very calm, not let my emotions get involved because I'm detached from the outcome.
Yeah.
And that's how I see the value in it. So that's something that's new. I just implemented probably the last 3 months. And I've gotten a few listings just from expireds,
Nice.
Absentee owner, and then others just sphere, sphere of influence.
And it takes time. Building those new pillars take time, right? I mean, that's one thing about real estate. I think most agents don't really understand as much. Like, you go very entry level sometimes with funnels, right? Like some people are like, well, I got my mailers going out. Cool. That's one farm, geo farm, right?
Right.
What else you do on top of that? You're running ads to these people? Are you door knocking? You're running CMAs? Like, what are you doing? How deep are you going, right? And then you have to make tweaks to them, right? And so sometimes what you're working on today in this year, which is 2022, you're going to reap the benefits in 24 and 25 because it's going to be mastered by then, right? And then when it's mastered by then, you have 3, 4, 5 predictable pillars going. It's just all day long, right? Those are what the agents are doing, 80, 100, 200 deals a year. The stuff that the reason why they're there now is the stuff they did 2, 3 years ago, and they didn't stop at the entry level of the funnel. Right, most agents they try the entry level of the funnel. You don't get the instant gratification.
Months. Exactly.
You don't get the instant gratification. They go,
Yeah.
I'm done with that. There's no ROI there. Look, like for our company lead generation system, we're about 15 months into it. Right, we've made, I think, matter of fact, we've got a couple more, about 12 deals coming out of it so far. Right,
Nice.
But it's taken time. We've broken the thing down 4 times already. Right, and people are like, and there's sometimes even I'm like, man, I'm just ready to throw this thing in. Like 12 deals is great, but I want 100. Right, like how do we? And you just got to keep making changes to it and just follow that path, because when you stay committed to something long period of time and you just make the quick little tweaks to it, right, and you get help and feedback from everybody, those funnels are going to be phenomenal long term, right? And then, your sphere, your past clients, that's icing on the cake now.
Exactly.
It's no longer the cake.
And that's why I'm doing this now, because I'm not going to be cold calling people when I'm, 50 years old, 55 years old. Like I'm at that point, I won't have to, because let's just say I do this hard for 10, 15 years. I'll have developed a database and relationships of so many people that now I can have a referral based business, maybe hire a couple ISAs, whatever.
Yeah.
But now the calls I'm making are less cold and they're more, hey, how's it going? How's your water heater?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Like things like that, to people that already know, like, and trust me. And that's like my 10-year, 15-year goal.
Yeah.
Eventually.
And that's the goal with your past clients in Sphere. Like I tell all the agents, like, doing your gifts. Like she gives an amazing gift out to all her clients at closings.
I love that. Yeah.
And then have your client appreciation parties and spend that extra time with them.
Yeah, I got one coming at the end of the month.
These are relationships that you've already built and do what? They love you, like you, trust you, right? Those are your best referrals you're ever going to have, right? Because they already know you, right? So keep using the relationships that you have and spend some time, spend some money, have those parties and those appreciations, because they're the ones that will give you some predictability of that business, but you have to water that one as well. You can't just expect it at the end of the day. So no, it's all good, man. It's all some good stuff, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing for your appreciation party?
So it's funny. It's at my office in Tracy.
Okay.
We got a pretty good sized space. So fortunately, I've only been in real estate for 2 years. So, otherwise I'd have to probably rent somewhere else. Yeah.
So this is cool, but I got people outside trying to get in.
Exactly. I can't, some shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
So this guy, his name's Alex Ramon, and he's a magician that has headlined the Hard Rock Casino in Lake Tahoe for the last year. I saw him post something. I went and saw him, and he posted something that he's doing, like a tour across the United States. To message him if we want him to come to an event, see if we can stop by. So I messaged him right away. Told him what I was thinking. He's like, dude, I'm there. So
There you go.
yeah, it's gonna be and
There you
this
go.
guy, he was on
perfect.
Penn and Teller in Vegas, and he folded them. I don't know if you've seen that show.
No.
Where you go on you go and try to full Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's
It'll
a
be
pretty
fun.
yeah, it'll be fun. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to do something like this. You know, it's just entertainment. I want to show my clients, like you said, I want to water the seats, you know, and show them I appreciate it. You know, we got a nice little big charcuterie board, you know, platter. You know, it's just gonna be fun. Fortunately, I'm not doing the decorating, you know, because I suck. I have
High five, me and you both.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm like, you want me to decorate?
yeah.
Bad idea. You want me to plan? No, I can show up. I can get people here and have fun. You know, like, what do we have? I had me as an elf for our Christmas thing, right? These guys were like, hey, you're going to be an elf. I was like, all right, I'll be an elf.
Santa picture day.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Oh, yeah. We had pictures right in here and Santa, and we had like a little, it was a fun event, past clients, friends, and it was a good time. But yeah, I was like, all right, you want to be an elf? I can be an elf. I don't want to decorate. Got it. So I was an elf. Here it is.
Easy. Just give
Hey,
me the
what-
outfit and
Yeah.
let's go.
What? It's for the kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, look, he had the voice to go with it too.
Oh, I had everything.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you the videos.
Okay.
It was money.
Really
Okay.
fun.
Oh,
I'm gonna ask you one last question. I know we've seen some insight into your journey to get here, and you think that the coaching and being held accountable by people around you is really helpful. But I know that you have like your own secret sauce. So what do you think it is about
Ooh,
you?
she hit you with a secret sauce.
Your
Secret
secret
sauce.
sauce that has made those referrals keep coming back to you. I mean, your database has obviously said, we don't care that this guy's been doing it for a year or 6 months in the beginning. We're going to work with him. And then they obviously had a great experience to send other people to you. But what do you think it is that they come to you for?
Maybe we should ask them. I don't know. I mean, if I had to tell you, from
I know what it is.
looking from the outside in, and what I try to do at least is I just try to be genuine with people. I try to be real and not like all businessy.
Yeah.
You know, I just like we're friends.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big decision. Now, when we talk about business things, okay, then now we can be a little bit more direct and serious. But when we're looking at house and we're walking around, let's talk. Hey, laugh, have a good time.
Have fun in a stressful environment. You
Have
mean?
fun in a stressful environment.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Like,
you know,
this is stressful. I don't need to add any more stress.
exactly.
To you, right?
Exactly. And that's kind of what I try to tell people. My value is I will, whether there's hiccups in a transaction or not, I guarantee you that I will do everything in my power to make sure you do not experience the hiccups, or I make it as smooth a process as possible. You know, and that's what I pride myself on. You know, I will, if someone tells me like, hey, is everything right, or is everything going wrong? I will always tell them everything's going to work out fine. We're good, you know, and I will make things work out.
I was gonna say, so I met you at Tom Ferry a couple months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months, maybe 4 months ago now, right at Elite. It's crazy.
Man, I
huh?
know, time's flying.
He
Yeah.
came up to us. It was so funny when you did this. I know you came up to me like, hey, I'm like, hey, can I see what you guys need? I'm like, sure, brother, come on, let's sit down. He's like, Tracy, you in here? Oh, well, for sure, let's do this, right? And I knew pretty quickly right away, like I said, like, this guy's a go-getter, right? The one thing that I think your secret sauce, and I'll just tell you from the outside looking in, is I know if I gave you something to do, you'll get it done. There's nothing stopping you. That I know. Like, I could say right now, if I said, Darrin, I need you to go do this and get these people into a house today, you'd get it done. You'd figure out a way, right? That is your secret sauce, in my opinion, from an outside guy looking in. There's nothing going to stop you from getting the job done.
Thank you.
That I can tell you.
Thank you.
And he's really good at pointing things out like that.
Yeah.
That's your secret sauce.
But I agree.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
your
so if
secret
I ever
sauce.
need anything done, just give
Yeah,
me
you
a
just
call.
just
Got
give
it.
me a call.
Just give him a call. He'll get it done.
I'll do
Like,
my best.
hey, I need to get you in a house before I need to be, you know, I'm getting evicted, or I need to be in the house by the summer, or hey, I need to get these negotiations figured out. You're gonna figure out a way to make something happen, and you're gonna keep people calm while you're doing it. So
Yeah.
that's from
And
the outside
while having fun.
and while having fun. That's the
Right.
outside looking in. That's what I see. If I was somebody and I'm like, I want to buy a house, I know there's lots of agents out there. I know this guy's a hard worker. He's gonna get it done, guaranteed.
Thank you.
So-
Yeah. I try my best, man, you know, and I try to be as resourceful as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's always a way. It's kind of like, again, like looking inward. Like if I don't get an offer accepted or something, like I'm not upset. I'm like, man, what could I have done better?
Yeah. How can I make it stronger?
How could I have done something? You know, what could we have done to make it stronger?
Yeah.
You know, whether there is something or not, whether I gave my all, that's always the question I just keep asking myself, because I feel like there's always room for improvement, no matter what. You know, so but I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
I do. I try my hardest. That's for sure. I work my ass off.
Oh, there's no question.
You know,
no question. Like, you're gonna get it done. Like, if I watched anything for over the last 3-4 months, you're gonna get it done. Like, there's no question. It's just how fast, how quickly, and people are gonna have a good time with it, right? And you enjoy it. You're not scared to be, you're not scared to be on camera. You're willing to let people know, like, look, I am who I am.
Yeah.
You're authentic. Like, this is who I am.
Yeah, we have fun.
Right? Have fun, right?
Yeah.
This is me, right? You want it? Come get it.
Exactly.
Right? So it's good.
Boom.
Yeah, boom. Good to have that. And we might share our ABC song with you guys later.
Oh my goodness.
Keyword might. You have to tune in for that one.
Well, I'm so happy that we met you at that Tom Ferry event.
Yes, me too.
And thank
Me
you
too.
so much for coming today. I can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you.
And we will be here rooting you on, cheering you on.
Thank you.
Oh, he's gonna hit 50.
And of course, if you need help with anything or any ideas,
Absolutely.
come for
you guys are doing big things over here. You know, you guys are doing big things, and I'm attracted to that too. So I think
anytime you want to come brainstorm anything, like you name it.
Absolutely.
We love having you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks again, Darrin. We appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Anytime.